Hi Pisces, this is your horoscope for December 2016. Thank you for joining me. The first major shift that you'll notice is on the 3rd of December. Mercury, the communication planet, has been in the very optimistic sign of Sagittarius up until the 3rd of December, and it's been in your 10th house of career. So I really get the sense that you've had lots of excitement and enthusiasm and inspiration when it comes to your working life, and a sense of this is where I'm going in future, and a real sense of optimism and the future is bright and I am committed and I'm ready to go. And ideas have been floating in left, right and center. Now on the 3rd, Mercury becomes much more serious in Capricorn in your 11th, and you actually get down to work. So you're going to be feeling very practical and grounded and saying, oh my God, I've got all of these wonderful ideas. I feel so excited about them. I'm actually going to put them into place and I'm going to work hard to make things happen. Not only that, but you've got your Moon, Venus and Pluto all in Capricorn sitting in your 11th house. So as far as your chart is concerned, that is the most powerfully energized sector of your chart, and Capricorn is all about being ambitious and driven and grounded and practical. So you will love the work that you're doing. You'll have a sense of, oh my God, this is actually leading somewhere and it's transforming my life so it becomes better. So there's a real sense of peace and understanding here that if I work and if I make an effort, good things will happen in my life. That continues until the 8th of December when Venus leaves that house and it moves into Aquarius in your 12th. Now that's interesting because Venus is the planet of creativity and love and beauty, and in Aquarius she's very cerebral and she's very inspired. In your 12th house, you will notice that there are parts of yourself which are coming back to life. You will feel a newness, an excitement about life. A kind of sense of the future is new and interesting and uncharted territory. And not only that, Mars is sitting in the 12th house in Aquarius, and Mars is the personal planet of drive and desire. It's at 21 degrees, 2 and 1 is 3, and again, Aquarius, it's about expressing your ideas. So expect things to be and continue to be inspiring and creative, and alongside that, you're doing work. So you will be really, really positive and energized while you're doing the work, but don't get sidetracked. If you keep getting new inspirations and ideas, don't do 2 hours on that and then switch over to that and then to that. Keep practical and keep consistent, and if you do keep getting new ideas, then make a note of them for them to be done later. But don't let yourself be derailed because you're so energized and so inspired. On the 14th of December, we have a full moon happening in Gemini, and there will be a separate video on the full moon in Gemini, and that will give a lot of in-depth information. But for you Pisces, that full moon will be in your 4th house of family. So that creates a real new opportunity to start communications with parts of the family you have not either met or that you haven't spoken to in a long time, or where the door has been closed. It's a real opening and it's an opportunity to restart a connection if you choose to. It's not compulsory, obviously, but there's a real potential to start something positive. On the 19th of December, Mars moves out of Aquarius in that 12th house, so that inspiration and expressiveness and desire to communicate a lot will ease off a little bit, and Mars goes into your house, 1st house in your sign of Pisces. So Mars is drive and desire. Mars rules Aries. It's about let's go, let's get the goal sorted, let's get there yesterday, let's do it quickly. And it's not particularly comfortable in your sign because it feels frustrated and feels like it's not going anywhere. So there will be huge passion and huge emotion on this day, and almost like, oh, I can't come to terms. And I think the way that's going to express itself is in your relationships. So be careful if you blow up and if you throw something or if you start screaming or if some argument happens out of the blue, it's very likely that your emotions were heightened. Because that Mars kind of comes crashing into the water and it's like, starts bubbling. What do we do? Also on this day, Mercury goes into retrograde. Mercury is the communication planet. It will stay in retrograde until the 8th of January. So communication is going to be stifled more anyway. So really be careful that you don't get the wrong end of the stick and that you blame someone for all of your life problems. Now that eases off on the next day, the 20th of December, because Mars in Pisces begins to conjunct Neptune in Pisces in your 1st house. You have amazingly huge amounts of energy in your 1st house of self. So On the 19th, it was too much of a good thing. There was too much energy, too much emotion, which resulted in a blow up. Now, on the 20th and onwards, through until the 10th of January, which is how long these two could conjunct each other, there'll be a sense of consistent, channeled, positive energy that you can use to really just feel an amazing sense of well-being and like I'm getting somewhere in life and I've got a goal and I'm making progress towards it. You've got your rising sign, Chiron, Neptune, the South Node, and Mars, all in Pisces in that first house. So you're really going to be feeling an ease within yourself, a sense of well-being, and that bodes so well for the Christmas period because you will be able to let go of things that sometimes bother you. You'll be very, very giving. Make sure you go shopping before the 19th of December because if you go after the 20th of December, you're going to buy everyone like too many presents. You'll be too giving. So do it before because I think you have a tendency to go overboard on the 20th. Now, on the 28th/29th of December, depending on where you are in the world, Uranus goes direct. It comes out of its retrograde period and it goes direct in your second house. So you end this year and you kind of start the new year with a real sense of drive and desire when it comes to your career and how you're going to make money for yourself and how you're going to create abundance in your life. You really feel very driven and you have unique independent ideas of what you're going to do in that sense and you're going to see those through. So that's very positive and again it gives you energy. That's what really strikes me here with this chart is that you're hugely energized during this month. Finally, on the 29th of December, there's a new moon in Capricorn, and again, there will be an in-depth video on this new moon, but for you, it occurs in the 11th house of your hopes and dreams, and in Capricorn, obviously, it draws earthy energy in, which urges you and which encourages you to take practical action and to work hard. And combined with that Uranus and Aries in your second, you're really going into this new year saying, work, 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 work. And with that kind of drive and energy, it's very likely that you'll see a lot of success there. So I hope you have a wonderful December. If you would like a private reading with me about your work or your love life or family life or spirituality or anything at all, we can look at your birth chart based on your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, and that will be more specific than this. Audio reading with me on my website is gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can audio reading there. Please remember to subscribe and I'll speak to you next month.